Welcome to What to Expect When Filming Your Baptism Testimony. We hope that this short little video will give you an idea of what it's going to be like when you walk into the room and help you prepare to share your testimony. When you come into the room, our awesome videographer will get you all mic'd up so that we can record your audio. You will sit in a fun little chair in some room in the building, and then the lights will go out. And it might feel a little bit like an interrogation room. That's okay. Sometimes people find that intimidating, but it's not that scary because you're not actually going to look at any of the cameras. You'll give them the testimony that you've prepared. We'll print it out for you. You and your pastor are just going to have a conversation. We ask you to prepare and give us bullet points ahead of time for a few reasons. Sometimes people think they want to share from the heart kind of spontaneously, but often that actually just ends up being you saying what you're saying when you're nervous. And when you take time to pray and ask the Holy Spirit to reveal to you where God's been working in your whole life and what He wants you to share, you can be prepared to share what He wants you to share. In the baptism workshop booklet, there are the bullet points that will help you structure how to share your testimony. You do that in the boxes below in point form because that's going to help us the most when we film, to be able to capture your words, not memorized. You don't have to have it fully scripted, but planned and prepared and prayed through. Your pastor will have your physical hard copy of the testimony in the form that you filled out below, and will remind you, hey, you wrote down this, this, and this. Say that piece. And then you'll record it in a short chunk of a few sentences, and then you'll leave an awkward pause. And that allows our awesome video team to edit together all these pieces into one cohesive story. As we hopefully talked about in Baptism Workshop, preparing to share your testimony is a really awesome experience. And for many of you, you need to take some significant time to write through and write out your whole story. That might be like a 3-hour process. You might need to get pencil and paper and do that so you won't be distracted. Or maybe you take your laptop because that's the way you think and you turn off the Wi-Fi and sit and pray and ask, using these bullet points, where has God been in your life? And then take that and turn it into these brief bullet points that you can share here in the form below. Some of you have a little less life and it might not take you 3 hours, but the point is that you take time to pray through and see where God has been working in your story. Sometimes people find it really helpful to sit down with their life group leader or a spiritual mentor and chat through what they're thinking, and that person can often help ask you some questions and draw more out. And we'll do that also when we film your testimony. Don't worry about having all the words exactly right. Often when we're filming, someone might say something and then we can help you say it more concisely or just in a way you're going to be really comfortable sharing on a Sunday morning. Filming takes about 30 minutes, and as many of you have seen, the final testimonies are under 3 minutes. One of the awesome things about doing this on video is you don't have to say it right the first time. If you say it and then you feel like, oh, I was too emotional, or I stumbled over my words, or I didn't like the way I said it, you can just stop and say it again. Or sometimes you feel like, there's this huge part of my life that it was really a big part of my story about how I came to know Jesus, but it's really complicated and it's all tangled up with other people's stories. And how do I share that? We can help you with that. You can be really honest about where your heart was, but leaving the details of other people's stories vague, and we can help you with that in the room as well. After your video is edited, you will be sent the video to preview and make sure you're comfortable with it and that we spelt your name right. If you have any questions about how to fill out the testimony form below or what you should write in your testimony, just ask. You can reach back out to the office, the email you got this form from, and they can connect you with one of our pastors. You can ask your life group leader or any of our pastoral team. We're so excited to have the privilege to walk through your journey of committing your life to Jesus with you and to help you share your story. Because we know Revelation says that that's the church, defeated Satan through the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. My name's Sarah, and we can't wait to film your testimony.